Casey at Night will start in 30 seconds. And now, introducing Casey Carter.
I got what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need. Tell them giddy up. I got horses in the back, trunk in the front. Exterior red and that inside buttercup. I got what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need. Tell them giddy up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Carter.
Welcome. Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome back to Casey at Night, the place where real conversations meet real sensuality. I'm Casey Carter, in case you didn't know. Haha. And I am an intimacy strategist, entertainer, and yes, the woman behind the new 2026 sensual calendar that is officially available right now. 12 months of curves, confidence, and unapologetic goddess energy, just like tonight's guest. Now, let us be clear. She is a force to be reckoned with. She's a model turned businesswoman turned award winning MILF powerhouse. She beat a fashion giant in court. She's been on mainstream TV. And now she's dominating AVN, XBiz, and Night Moves. The woman is literally everywhere. Everywhere. But tonight, she's right here with me. Give it up for the unstoppable, the unforgettable Gigi Dior.
Oh, thank you. That's so amazing.
First of all, Gigi, thank you so much for doing the show. I am
Of
always
course.
humbled. I'm always humbled when
Mhm.
I invite someone or I stalk someone. Ha! I stalk someone into doing the show, and um, I want to first say I'm so grateful for Ella because Ella made the introductions at Exotica, New Jersey, and she is like she's my ride or die. I call her the absolute instigator. If you want to get in trouble and have fun at the same time, Ella's the person to do that with.
And laugh the whole time.
The whole time. The whole
The
time.
whole time.
And so I
Yes.
remember, sitting at the in the hotel, and she had been gifted with some cheesecake. And
Mhm.
I remember when she brought you over and she introduced us. And by the time I got ready to leave, me and you were like nose to nose comparing
Yep.
notes about things. And I walked away going, and I said to Ella, oh my God, I feel like we grew up together. I feel like we
Yeah.
like literally grew up together, hadn't seen each other in years, and now we're catching up. Like
100%. There was
it was,
definitely that energy.
yeah, and it was kind of crazy because I was just like, why don't I already know Gigi? Oh my God, I feel like I need to know Gigi. So, and I did tell her that I was going to silently stalk you. So here we are.
It's okay. It wasn't, and I when she reached out to me, I was like, but I thought I gave her my phone number, and it's all good. But then you must have realized that we had, and I have two phones, so I can never remember which phone I saved one under.
Well,
But I was
and
like, of course I'll do it. I'm dying to do it. So
well, and
absolutely,
here's
it
what's
was
funny about
no
that.
hesitation.
I left. Well, the next day we were so busy talking about you and having how much fun
Aw.
we had the night before. It occurred to me, I'm like, how did I leave and not like actually ask and make that exchange because again, it felt so natural.
Mhm.
And I meant to tee this up, but we took pictures, and I totally forgot we took pictures. There's only a
Oh my
few.
god, did we? I did. I forgot we did too.
There's
The wine might have been flowing heavily that evening. Might have been.
that it was. I am not even gonna lie because I was
Uh-uh.
scrolling through for something else, and I'm like, oh, when did we do that? Okay, oh, that's cool.
I love those nights where I'm like, when did that picture get
And
taken?
that's exactly what it was. It was whatever. I don't even remember what I was actually looking for, but I came
That's so
across
funny.
these, and I'm like, and I'm saying to myself, oh yeah, we had a lot to drink. We had a lot to drink. Okay, wait, hold it. That's there. This is again way too many pictures. I have to literally plug in location and date in order to track
Totally.
down in
Yeah.
order to
I
track
had
down which
somebody looking
photos.
through pictures the other day, and I was like, stay between this one and this one. Don't scroll beyond those at your own risk.
That's
Like,
exactly right. Like just know you
no.
you may go too far.
If you scroll one too far, might find a Twitter photo or an OnlyFans photo, and it's not going to be pretty.
Okay, so this was us. Right? That's the cute one. Then this is the one where I'm like, what
That's
the
the
hell?
cute one.
What the
Oh,
hell?
goodness gracious.
What on earth? Okay.
And the fact that I don't remember, that's the funniest part.
This is what I'm saying to you. I'm scrolling and I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. And don't get me wrong, because I am a selfie queen. I selfie all the time. I'm sitting at work
Yeah,
doing my day
yeah,
job, taking selfies
yeah.
because the light is right, the outfit is hitting. I
Hitting,
needed a
absolutely.
so
You
it was
need to
part.
memorialize that. You need to memorialize
It is
that.
a must, an
100%.
absolute must, it
Yes.
absolute must. But okay, let us get to the reason we're here.
Okay.
It is to get real juicy and talk
Hmm.
about the woman that is Gigi Dior. Now, let us
That's
start from the beginning. Not
okay.
necessarily from the beginning of time, but
That's a little. That's a few minutes back at this point, but
so let
we've
us
got a couple years under our belt at this
yeah,
point.
oh
So,
yes, it's been a decade almost already. So,
mhm.
but
Yeah.
let's just sort of go back a little bit because again,
Okay.
you and I are still just even though we've known each other 10 years now, we're
Yeah.
still just, catching up. What have you been doing all this time? So, you
Totally.
have basically lived 9 lives. You've been a model,
Mhm.
you've been acting, business like
Yeah.
award-winning MILF superstar. So let's just talk about it. Which version of your life actually made you the toughest?
Oh, made me the toughest. Okay, so the version of my life that made me the toughest was probably between the years of like 2013 and 2020. So I'd say that like 7 year span was
Mhm.
probably 2020. Yeah, about 2020. It's probably the 7 year span that I would say would have killed most people,
Oh
and
wow.
almost killed me on
Wow.
several occasions.
Okay.
So during that time span, I found out I was pregnant with my fourth. Very big shock. My first husband and I were not doing well at the time. I actually didn't tell most people that I was pregnant with her until I was like 20 weeks pregnant because
That's a lot of
I had
pregnancy.
th- I had three. I was very pregnant at this point, and with the fourth, like I showed. I think I was like 3 weeks along, and I was showing. So I was definitely trying to hide that shit. Um, I found I found during that pregnancy my husband that he was having an affair, and I kind of like let it go. And then the Christmas after she was born, I found actual evidence in his cell phone text messages that he was having an affair. So I remember crying and calling my mom. And this is just vulnerable. This is all just
Right.
me. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna tell it how it is. So I remember calling my mom and telling her I just don't know that I can do this anymore. And she said to me, "You've not tried hard enough." So I took a deep breath and I pushed on. So that was Christmas of like 2014. um 2014, 2015, Christmas of 2016. No, it was Christmas of 2016. I found out that he was cheating.
Okay.
So officially, like through text messages and everything. So I had found certain things that like didn't add up. He was traveling a lot, all this. But I knew something was happening when I was pregnant. So I'll go back. So right after I had my fourth, she was 2 weeks old. I decided that I had just been a stay-at-home mom the whole time with my others, that I needed to figure out something for me. First of all, he was significantly older than I am, and second, if there was something that ever left me where I had to take care of them, I had nothing, right? I couldn't be a stay-at-home mom and be divorced. So she was 2 weeks old. I enrolled myself in real estate school,
Mhm.
and I pumped during my breaks. And every 15-minute break and my lunch break, I would go out and pump. And I dropped her off at 5:30 every morning at a friend's house. She watched her all day. I got my real estate license in like 2.5 weeks. Passed my very first test with flying colors. Got my license. So she was born in October, and I was fully licensed by February.
Mhm.
So February of her first year, I started selling real estate, and took off pretty. Like I if I do nothing else well, I have a work ethic like a horse. Like I will just work and work and work and work and work. And if I want something, I also am super competitive. So it's like if I
Okay.
want it, and it's not necessarily competitive with other people. It's just I know
Within
that
yourself.
if it can be done, then I have to do it, and I have to do it the best that I know that I can do it. And
Right.
if I leave something on the table, then I'm disappointed with myself. So I know that I can go back and do it again and do it even better.
Right.
So like that first year, I like won accolades and stuff with real estate. So that following year, I found out that he was firmly having affairs. So he went on like this rampage of trying to turn my family against me. And so one afternoon, we had my family called and said that he had called them and said that I was on drugs, and which I was not. I've never taken drugs. I've barely even smoked weed. So that I was on drugs, and that he was worried for the kids' safety and all this. I lost my mind. I went in, I packed bags for all of us, and I left that afternoon. And I moved into the basement of my best friend's house for the next week. So I then filed for divorce, and my divorce almost killed me, physically and emotionally. Everything and anything that could have happened did. And then, so my divorce was final in September of 2019. I had the rest of that year in my house. I had to be out by January of 20. No, I'm sorry. This was the end of 18. So I had to be out of my house January 1st of 2019.
Wow.
So I'm moving in January, and I feel something pop in my stomach. And I thought it was like an ovarian cyst or something. So I kind of like just took a deep breath and pushed on. So as I'm going throughout the day, it's getting like harder for me to breathe. I feel like my chest hurts. It's like getting harder to stand up. The pain is just excruciating. I keep like falling over in the pain. So the guy I was dating at the time, who's now my husband, said, really, you need to go to the emergency room. He's like, you probably have a hernia from moving and stuff like that. So I was like, no, no, I just need to get some sleep. I just need to get some sleep. He's like, no, like you really need to go. So I drove the U-Haul truck and all four kids to the emergency room. And I called my ex-husband at the time on my way, and I was like, listen, like something's going on. I just need you to come get the kids. Like, he's like, are you gonna be long? I'm like, listen, dude, trust you and me. I would much rather be going home right now instead of the emergency room. I've been moving for like 5 straight weeks, but I really just need to go. So I got there, and they had found that a stomach ulcer had perforated in my stomach.
Ooh.
I was fully septic. All the contents of my stomach were in my chest, which is why I couldn't breathe. My blood count was 3, and it was almost gone. Like I had a very faint pulse, everything.
Oh
So
wow.
at that point, the kids were with their dad, and I had no family because all of my family's out of state. So I was like, they put me on medication and they were like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I can't even tell you what my name is right now. So I told him to tell my now husband, I was like, let him make the decision. So I was like, you're on, buddy. Here you go.
Or die. Literally.
No pressure. No pressure. So what they ended up doing is they took half of my stomach. They rerouted it. They rerouted my stomach to my intestines, to my small intestine.
Yeah.
It's called a Roux Y with a gastric resectioning. They put in a feeding tube, and I got, I think, 6 or 7 liters of blood. I was in intensive care. They cut me from right under my boobs all the way down to my belly button.
Oh wow.
And I was in intensive care for 2 weeks. So the or the legality, I'm sorry, the agreement for legal terms through my divorce said that my ex-husband was supposed to carry me on medical insurance for the first 6 months after our divorce. But being as he's such a gem, love him so much, he had canceled my insurance as of the first of the year. So all of this was not covered by insurance. So I'm in intensive care. I already was like barely making ends meet because I have 4 kids. I just moved into a house that was a third of the size of our last house. I was driving kids 30 minutes each way to school, just so that they didn't have to change schools mid-year. And now I have $500,000 worth of medical debt, and he's just throwing one thing after the next. Dyfus is showing up at every turn.
Oh wow.
He called the school and told them that I moved out of town and that he wasn't paying for it. So the school wanted to charge me tuition to let the kids to continue to go there. So I had to get my attorney to go to the school and say, listen, like she only had to move out of town because he's not helping pay thing. So they allowed the kids to finish the school year. And so then there was so I had that, and then that following year was COVID. So
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
so the fall in 2020 was COVID. So I mean there's so many other caveats to
Yeah.
the story, but that was kind of like a synopsis. So it was like every time I felt like I was just starting to stand back up, I just feel like I got punched and was kicked back down. Um but I believe in my heart of hearts that that's separates the girls from the women, and
Absolutely.
that is I mean there were times where like I have filed for food stamps because he wouldn't give me anything because before child support was instituted, we had no
No agreement
agreement,
whatsoever.
no interim or anything. So I just had to make do. And there were times where like I actually went and filed for food stamps, but because our divorce wasn't final and he had income, had been in the bank account earlier that year, they said that
Right.
I didn't qualify. So there was times where I had to make like a box of cereal last an entire week, like that I wasn't eating just so that they
So
had
they could have
enough.
food. Yeah.
100%. Like I was paying with gas with like I remember I had this jar of quarters and stuff that my best friend and I had made in like 7th and 8th grade, and it was changed from like my entire like life. I remember like scrounging through it and going to like Walmart into that change
Yep.
machine in the
Yep.
front.
Coinstar.
Yeah, exactly. And cashing in just enough to hope to get enough gas. I broke down more during that time period because I didn't have enough money for gas, more than I could count. The only thing I did stay up on was AAA, and
Okay.
that
In
was
case you
my
needed.
life
Yeah.
because I needed it. I had no dad here. I had no husband anymore. So I was like it was like $80 a year, and it was the only thing that I was like adamant about making sure that I
Right.
stayed
Right.
on, because if I got a flat with 4 kids, if
You needed
I ran
someone
out
to
of
come. You
gas,
needed somebody
all of that. You
reliable.
need, yeah, I needed a savior at that point.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
yeah, so that was definitely like I said, there was more to it. My gas line in my house was cut. The house, like,
Oh
there's
my gosh. Gigi.
so much stuff that like yeah, that like people are like, you really should write a book, and
Yes.
I might one day like just sit down, and it would probably be very therapeutic
It
to
would. Oh,
get it
absolutely.
all out. And I did this all alone, like all of it. Like my
Yeah.
parents came out after my stomach surgery and stayed for like 2 weeks, but then they had to go home back to
Mhm.
Texas. So I was at the feeding tube in my new house with my 4 kids, taking them to school. And you fucking figure it out.
You
You
figured it
do.
out. Oh my
You
God.
fucking figure it out.
So this is actually, I mean, I've got a whole litany of questions here, but this is
Mhm.
actually a good segue into something that I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure how you were going to feel about talking about it, but so I'm gonna just throw it out there and see
Go for it.
see where we go with this, because
Okay.
I mean, that obviously created some very clear I can handle shit. It
Mhm.
hurts and it
Mhm.
broke me down, but it didn't break me.
Mhm.
And I'm very familiar with the literal life or death of being septic, because my partner 1 year got septic and literally nearly died. So I
Mhm.
understand, I understand just how significant that is. But it leads me to my next question, which
Mhm.
is, so the Christian Dior thing.
Yeah.
W- when did it hit you like, oh damn, I just pissed off $1 billion fashion house? And follow up to that question, when it all got started, did you laugh, panic, or pour tequila and say this gonna be a ride? Like, how did that all?
A little bit of all, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
um, so I think when it really hit me, oh my god, like this is happening. I was in the Fort Lauderdale airport flying home from a couple of shoots while I was in Florida, and I opened my cell phone and it was like Yahoo News was me. There was pictures of me. It was on like TMZ. It was on like all these different things. And I'm walking through the airport and people are like looking at me. And I like bought a baseball hat. I was like, I think I have my Miami hat around here somewhere. I literally bought a baseball hat and was like, oh my, like people are like
Immediately
noticing,
recognizing you.
totally recognizing you at that moment, and they're like, is that you, is that you? um that was the moment where I was like, oh, like this shit's real, like this is actually going down. And about like the, like nervous, so I got the letter in the mail, and at first I was like really panicked because anytime you kind of get like a legal notice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I don't care if you know you're in the right, your stomach still does that little like giddy up, right? It's like, whoo, okay, here we go. You take that like deep breath. And then I kind of I talked to my husband about it, and we kind of like forged a plan and was like, listen, like we can um cave and let them just bulldoze over us and roll with it. We can fight it and just see how it goes. Or we could just kind of see how it goes. And so I was like, listen, I've never done anything laying down except for my job, you know?
Right, right.
So um I was like, I don't want to pay an attorney
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because an attorney at this point, it would just rack up thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt,
Right.
in which I knew I had a chance, but I didn't think an attorney was going to make a major difference, right?
Right.
I didn't
Right.
think it was going to like make or break it. So I fought it solely for the fact that I'm tired of these major companies coming in and bulldozing over small performers and small companies, thinking that because they've got these billion-dollar attorneys on retainer that they can get away with everything.
Right.
And that's solely the reason I fought it. Yeah, that's
That's so
so, and I never intended it to get as big as it got, though. Never. Never.
what exactly did they come at you for, and what
Mhm.
exactly was the final resolution?
Sure. So they came at me for dissolution of brand. So because once I picked my stage name and we like narrowed it down to Georgina and Gigi Dior, um I went to Virtual XBiz the year I got in,
Mm-hmm.
and they had panelists on there, and they're like, the minute you narrow down a stage name, they recommended trademarking it immediately because if you grow and you get a big enough name in the industry, if it's not trademarked, then what guys have been known to do, and I use the word guys just as a general term,
Right.
they go out there and they buy every website and they buy like all these like, domains. And then they charge the performers millions of dollars to get these domains back so that you can have your domain name or the trademark. So the minute we got it and we figured out this is what we wanted, we went and we trademarked it. So uh I'm sorry, what was the question? I totally old woman moment. I
The
apologize.
question was, what was it that the lawsuit was
Oh,
based
what it
on,
was.
and then what was the final resolution?
Got it. Okay, sorry. So, yeah, so the original one was just a dissolution of brand. They did not want me using the name Dior with being in the adult business. So, in a simple term.
Right.
So the final term was they won. They are not, I am not legally allowed to trademark Gigi Dior as a performer currently, but stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always a plan. There's always a backup plan. um, Christian Dior, just watch. You fucked with the wrong girl, baby. Um,
Okay.
so I cannot trademark it at this time, and but I am still using it because
See,
until they send me a cease and desist where it
so here's
says
my
that I can't
thing
use it.
in what you just said. Like you
Yeah.
said, they won, but honestly, I feel like you won because you are
Mm-hmm.
still using the name
Mm-hmm.
and you're still
Yep.
doing what you do.
Uh-huh.
So while they may have stopped you from being able to trademark it, you still Gigi Dior.
Dior, and I'm still rolling with it, and I have had, because of this, more supportive coworkers say to
Mm-hmm.
me, because of the way that Christian Dior handled this, that they will never buy another Dior product in there. And actually, our common friend went into a store in Paris and called me from there.
See what I'm saying about the
And
instigator? See what I'm
uh-huh.
saying?
Uh-huh. She called me from there and she was like, "Hey, do you guys know my friend Gigi Dior?" And they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to leave now."
Fucking
Love
instigator.
you.
This is why I love her. Oh my god.
Love her.
Okay,
She
hold on.
calls me from there. She was like, "I may have just gotten kicked out of Christian Dior." I was like, you're a badass.
She
You're such
is.
a
She
badass.
is. All right, listen, I'm gonna go to a quick commercial break and we're gonna come
Okay.
back. And as I was reading your bio, I'm like, okay, I have so many questions about this next thing that I
Okay.
want to talk about. The thing
Okay.
that you're now doing, that you just started doing, and I have to remind myself, like, we're doing a show. This is not me and you
Yeah.
just chit chatting, or
Yeah.
as our mutual friend and I do. We call it wine and tea.
Mhm.
We're not doing that.
Oh, I
You're gonna
love that. I
yeah,
love
you're gonna
that.
have to
I
come to
love
wine
that.
and tea. You're gonna have to come to wine and tea.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold
That's
on.
fun.
We got a
Okay.
quick break.
Perfect.
Watch Casey Carter and her co-host, Carrie Anthony and Desiree, on Exotica TV's BoobTube, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on YouTube and Twitter at Exotica TV. Join the ladies each week as they talk about what's hot and what's not on TV, streaming, and in theaters. Don't miss them, NJ, the man behind the sound effects. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Exotica TV. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, everyone, we are back with Gigi Dior, and I've been sitting here very, very anxiously dying to talk about this next subject. So, Gigi,
Yes.
you are now doing something new in adult
Mm-hmm.
entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You're now doing anal scenes.
I am.
And I said it softly, but let me speak into the mic. Hold on, let me bring it closer. You're now doing anal scenes.
Lean
Um,
in for me.
so I want to talk about this. All right.
Okay.
How does one wake
Mhm.
up and decide they want to now do anal if they weren't already doing anal? Like, how do you get to that place? Because let me just be honest with you. I do
Okay.
watch porn. I watch a lot of porn.
Yeah,
Did I just say that? I did. Fuck.
it's okay.
I watch a lot of porn. And I'm always fascinated by the women who seem to have made anal their specialty. Like that's,
Hmm.
like 90% of whatever they do, that's what they do. When I read it in your bio, I took it as like being a significant moment in your career. What made you finally say, okay, I'm ready to do that? And like, why isn't that something you are already doing? You see what I'm saying? Like, why when I read that did it feel like a big deal that you were now
Hmm.
saying in your bio, and now I do anal scenes? Like,
Yes.
don't you automatically, if you go into adult, do anal scenes?
No. So, to some girls, yes, the answer to that is yes. For me, I felt like my business plan, if you will, because of my advanced age, I needed to be a little more strategic with my rollout of
Okay.
videos, of availability to things. So, obviously every girl gets into porn thinking that we can do girl and we're never going to have to,
By
suck a
all
dick
means.
or ride a
Yeah.
dick. We can all do girl and maintain it and maintain that dream, right? But very quickly, most of us realize that that's not realistic. So, that was a very quick, like, wake up. All right, moving on.
Hmm.
So after I moved on from that, I did hold off on anal for a while. So I actually didn't even start doing um, actual anal sex until in my 40s anyway.
Okay.
And that's a whole other story. Like the first part of my first 3/4 of my sex life was very boring. It was very, very vanilla. It was very short. It like created children and that was about it, right? Like there was not a lot of like spice to it, if you will.
Hmm.
So after my divorce, I believe that's why I'm in the industry because during my after my divorce, I really started to find my sexuality. I found that it's not shameful to ask for what you want and
Right.
know what your body craves and know what you want and ask for it, right?
Right.
So after I started doing anal in my private life, I was like, these are the most insane orgasms I've ever had in
Yeah.
my entire fucking life. Like this is
Yes.
next level. Like where
Right.
has this
Right.
shit been my whole life,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
So then I was like, okay, well maybe I'll maintain this for my personal life because that's then something that's not out there.
Right.
So then I had a long talk with my agents and they were like, listen, like the right now in the industry, the demand for anal is very high, right? Like like you said, most girls come into the industry doing everything. They're already doing everything. So it'll be 2 years now at AVN that I made the decision that I was going to roll it out. And I rolled it out like, there's always in hindsight, you wish that you had done a lot of things differently. But for the most part, like one of my very first anal scenes is nominated for an XBiz this year. So it's not the worst. It's not like it's not been fruitful. They get great reviews. I mean, the my anal fans are rabid. Like
Ah.
they are all about it. I have taken some big boys back there.
That's a very nice, gentle way of saying that.
Yes, I have taken some big boys back there. And it is just something that I feel like as a mattress actress, if you will, it's something
Hmm.
that it just needed to be added to my repertoire in order to kind of like open up more doors and just kind of present itself. But it was definitely a definitive decision, much like I can speak pretty much freely, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, just like orgies, gangbangs, and gangbangs, orgies. Yeah, I mean, that's where and double vaginal, double anal, things like that. Those are all things that I will do eventually, but just not yet. I'm rolling
Right.
those out slowly.
Right.
I don't want to give the fans
Everything
everything
all
all
at
at
once.
once, and
Yeah.
then there's
Because then
nothing
there's
to look
nothing to
forward
look
to.
forward. That literally was gonna say nothing to look forward to.
Exactly,
Nothing to look forward
exactly,
to. Because now it's like I
exactly.
would imagine now that you're doing, people are sitting here going, "Ooh, what's she gonna do
Hmm.
next? Oh, I hope she
Yes,
does this." Like it does
yes.
create a level of excitement. So I get that.
Yes. And there are
Absolutely get
those
that.
fans that they're like, "Oh, do this," and then you do it, and they're like, "Okay, now what? Now what?"
Yeah.
So they're on.
Yeah.
They don't even let you like heal or
no,
eat dinner from the first.
no.
You're not even sitting down still from the first scene, and they're
Right,
already
right.
moved on to the second one.
They're already
So
ready for whatever you've got already done next. Yeah,
a hundred
exactly.
percent,
I totally
a hundred
understand.
percent.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's stay in this space a little bit.
Okay.
Now, as my audience knows, I am not a mattress actress, as the phrase is, or I'm
Hmm.
not literally in the adult entertainment business, even though kind of some of what I do is considered adult, whatever. I don't know. This just
I
semantics.
feel
What
like
do you
you're
want me
one
to
of
say?
us, though. I don't know. I've
I
always.
listen. I've been with you all for so long that there are people who literally don't believe I don't do porn.
Yeah. Like
So
I understand that you don't do like the physical work, but you're definitely in our community. So
exactly,
like
and
yeah.
that is a space I feel very comfortable in. Like I feel
Hmm.
comfortable in the adult entertainment community, and as well as in the kink and BDSM community. Like those
Hmm.
are my people, and the truth of the matter is, people from both of those communities, I see them in both places, right? So
Hmm. Right.
I don't ever, outside of telling people I don't do porn, and they never believe me.
Hmm.
Anyway, here's my question: what do people think happens on the set that absolutely never happens on the set? So, in other words, when you're watching porn, it is so staged, if you will.
Fantasized, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
definitely full fantasy. I've had guys think that we had, so like say the video is like a 4 hour video or a 2 hour video. I've had guys say like, "Oh my God, you have sex for 8 hours." And I'm like, "Oh no, no, no." So that's so not realistic. A lot of times the connection's not real. Like,
I can believe
you,
that.
you know, I mean, part of our job is to act, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, I have amazing co-stars, and there are very few that I don't have at least some sort of a connection with. But there are absolutely out there where I've had to dig deep and be like, okay, like, this is your job, girlfriend. Like, we got to get through this. And you just have to fake it. So, we're not fucking offset 100%,
Mhm.
like off camera is what I
Right.
should say. We're not fucking off camera. It's not like, like, fucking on camera is plenty. You don't need to do
Right.
it off camera too. There are no drugs on set, so a lot of
Okay.
people automatically assume that because we're in the porn industry, like there's drugs everywhere. That will absolutely be the fastest way you can get kicked off set, because we have to do compliance videos at the beginning and at the end, and you
Mhm.
have to be sober, and you have to say that you're sober, and if there are any drugs or any report of drugs or any kind of suspicion of drugs, you will be kicked off set faster than your head can spin.
Wow.
um People think that people think that it's all like sexy and stuff, but a lot of times I'm sitting on a bed with my legs pulled back around my ears for 30 minutes while he's trying to while he's trying to stay hard and get ready to come, but you can't move because you need the
You got to
scene to
jack up the
line up
scene.
properly. So
Yeah.
I think
That's
just
a
a lot
good
of
one.
people, they build that it's a fantasy and in these positions. And there's a huge saying, and I know I'm not the first person to say this, but if it looks good, it doesn't feel good. And that's
Yes.
it's
Okay.
amen. What I do in my bedroom at home versus what I'm doing on set are two very different things, because what I'm doing on set doesn't feel good. Like a lot of times I'm so focused on getting the shot and how my body looks and making sure that everything's like angled
Mhm.
correctly and all of that, that I forget that I'm actually having like I forget that that's what's actually going on.
What's going
Like
on? Wow.
you almost lose, not lose sensation. I know this makes it very unsexy, but you almost like I disassociate. So I
Yeah.
actually like when I go into hair and makeup, I turn on Gigi Dior, right? Like it's
Okay.
like a
Yeah.
click and it's like, okay, now I have to become this character that
Right.
is sexy and sensual and that is all these other
Yeah.
things, and I definitely bring a lot of me through to that, but it's definitely a switch to where I have to up the ante a little bit, so if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does. It absolutely does. Okay, one more question
Mhm.
about the set. What
Okay.
is something that actually does happen on set that we don't
um
necessarily know about?
Guys go soft. Uh, yeah. Guys sometimes have a very difficult time getting a hard on, or staying hard through the duration of the scene. People get kicked off set, for being late, for not being able to perform,
Yeah.
for not getting along with other people on set. What you don't see on set is the long hours that we do put in. That is not necessarily just the sex scene,
Okay.
but just an average, I'd say like 40-45 minute scene, we're probably there 8 hours. So
Mm.
that's what people don't see, is
Okay.
that it's not like we don't walk in, have sex, and then get to leave. It's an hour or two in hair and makeup, and then we're running through lines, and then we're setting up, and we're setting up in one room, and then they break down one room, and then we move to a different room, and then we set up that room, and then we've got to
Okay.
go through
Right.
lines there. So there are days that like when I shot Elegant Angels Breakthrough, we were on set, we did 3 days of just dialogue with no sex,
Mm.
and those days were 18-hour days. So
Ooh.
it was just dialogue all day. So they're like it's a lot like a movie set. It's a
Right.
lot of I don't think people see though that we do have fun. We like, we you're spending all day. These are your work people, like you're spending
Right.
all day with them. You have fun, you get inside jokes, you learn who you can joke with and who you can't. You're having lunch with these people, you're having breakfast with these people, they're so yeah, it's been the biggest unknown I've ever done. It's definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your sex worker superpower?
Ooh. I say. So I have been told it's my eye contact
Oh.
to my other partner. Like, so I've had guys tell me that they've almost lost it several times by just the way I make eye contact with them in the scene.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's necessarily a superpower.
No, yeah, it
Um
can make them, because when you say lost it, as in they almost came.
Yes,
They
yes.
that
Like
could be
I've had
that
a
could be
couple
super
guys
power.
that they're like they literally have to like look at the top of my head or somewhere else because they're like the minute I lock eyes with you, they're like I almost lost it. So
That is a
um
superpower. Come on now.
so I would say that that's a superpower,
Oh
right?
hell yeah,
Like
that's a
yeah,
superpower.
yeah, yeah,
That is
totally.
okay. So still in this space, sort of.
Yeah.
What is the biggest rookie mistake, in your
Mhm.
opinion, that someone new, a new female, a young person, young
Mhm.
woman, makes when they enter into the industry? I mean, because I think for some industries there is the unknown. You don't
Yep.
ever actually know what happens till you get there, until you're
100%.
in the midst of it. And in some cases, because there's levels
Mhm.
to the adult entertainment industry, you could be in the adult entertainment industry down on, say, a lower tier, and
Mhm.
then get brought up to the major leagues and be like, oh shit, that's how y'all do it out here.
100%.
So what would you say is the biggest mistake that you have seen, whether
And
it's
I
for
think
yourself or for any young woman?
And I
Or,
think on to kind of add on to that, I think to mirror what you just said, I think a
mhm,
lot of people think that OnlyFans is porn.
Yeah.
So a lot of these performers, and I've worked with them, they come from an only fans perspective, right? They're only shooting home content, and then they show up on a pro set, and they are like a deer in headlights. They think they come in with this cockiness that, oh, like I make, $50,000 a month on OnlyFans, but then you're walking onto a main set and it's a whole different ballgame. So I think the biggest rookie mistake I've seen for females is, I know this is gonna sound horrible, is hygiene. Um,
I've heard
I-
this. I've
I've
heard
heard,
this.
and I don't know that so I've always been like OCD when it comes to like cleanliness, but I didn't realize like douching and like, because that was all something that like wasn't really talked about, but cleanliness and like hygiene, and it kind of goes for both sides, because I've definitely worked with some men that are not like super hygienic, but hygiene, just grab a girl grab a shower at the minimum. Like, I can't tell you how many times people have come to set and you can tell that they just came from the bar and they barely got any sleep, and like, okay, that might roll
No.
when you're 20, but like you're yeah, like
Really?
yeah, so just squirt it up, clean it up down there, I have like a whole suitcase of just like
Stuff to
supplies,
be
and
clean.
so if you need something, I'll hook a sister up. I'll hook a sister up. I
If
got your
you're on
back.
set with Gigi,
If
she
you're
got
I got you.
She
I
got
got
you.
you covered. I got you covered, girl.
You ain't even gotta
um
say much. She'd be like, Gigi, can
don't
we talk?
just be like, I'm new. I'll be like, I got you, girl. I got you. I got you.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I would say that's probably one of the rookie mistakes, and being on time. Those are two things that, as a now a seasoned performer, if you will.
Right.
I mean, I don't feel seasoned at all. I've only been in 3 or 4 years, but um I would say that like being on time and being clean are the two biggest things, and coming with a good attitude.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, listen, I'm gonna take another quick break,
Okay, cool.
and then we're going to talk about your legacy.
Okay.
The
Ooh,
GDDR
I have a
legacy.
legacy.
And granted, she literally just said I've only been in it 3 or 4 years, but listen, we at some point you have to think about, what do I want? What do I want to leave in the industry? What impression
Absolutely.
do I want to leave on the industry? What do I want other people to say about me? So think about
100%.
that while we go to this
Okay.
commercial break. And
Sounds good.
and so before, but literally we hit the commercial break, I have a video that I'm gonna run. And
Okay.
if, and this is for folks who are familiar with Exotica, if you've ever been to Exotica in New Jersey, there is a gentleman who walks the floor in a Magnum condom, Magnum condom package,
Mm-hmm.
little. He retired his costume.
Oh, did he?
Yes, in Jersey. And
Oh.
I had the privilege and the honor of interviewing him as he literally retired the costume. So that's what's coming up next.
Oh.
Family for years.
Yes. But you shared with me that you were going to retire the costume, and I wanted to capture this moment. Just before we started recording, I asked, would he take it off for me?
She just wants me to get naked. That's what it is.
The official retiring of the costume. I wanted to be able to capture that on video. And so
just like a pro fighter leaves their gloves in the ring to retire, I'm going to leave my costume right here on the ground and walk away right here on camera.
You're going to walk that way, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me take the mic.
Yep.
And I'm going to let you do your thing.
Take the tip off. I know it's flaccid.
For 15 unforgettable years, he's been larger than life. The legend in gold, the protector of pleasure, the man behind the Magnum wrapper. But even icons deserve a curtain call. Today, he hangs up the costume that made crowds smile, cameras flash, and Exotica history. As he walks away, we salute the man, the myth, the Magnum. Because legends don't retire, they just slip into something more comfortable.
Gigi, when I met you in Jersey, I don't even think I spoke to you about the fact that I actually produced a calendar. So we were talking about I don't do porn, right? So that means that
Mhm.
you never see Casey naked.
We should.
Get you a calendar and you will.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is hot.
Yeah.
Hot,
So
hot.
you know Maria May.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so hold on.
I was her first content ever.
Okay,
Right?
let me show you this video with her. It was hysterical.
Okay, so I'm Casey Carter. This is
Maria May.
and we are reviewing my calendar. This is first impressions.
Oh,
In the wifey
shit.
booth.
I have been waiting for this moment for several weeks, so yes. Wait, I'm gonna flip to the first page.
You're there.
Is that the first page?
That's the first page.
Exactly how I thought you looked. Fuck! Right? Oh my god, look, I got tears. I'm not kidding. You're just so gorgeous. Oh my god, girl.
Thank you.
Oh, it gets better.
Do you sound like this when you have sex?
Yes, I do. It's like the same. Holy shit. Oh my god, look at you. It's amazing. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I love her. She's so genuine.
She really listen. I had the best time. I interviewed her on Casey at Night, but I had the best time doing the calendar review with her because she literally, like, when she said, "Look, there's a tear," I'm like, "Oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
this is going to
Oh,
be interesting." And her energy through her interview, I literally had to turn the volume down on her
oh,
video because her like it was her energy was so high that
yeah,
her voice was really loud. And in the moment when we're standing side by side, you know, when you're in Exotica, especially Jersey, the show
yeah.
floor is loud. So you don't, it doesn't
So
seem
loud.
right. So when I
Yeah, it
was
doesn't
watching the
register.
footage, I was like, oh my God, it's so loud. It's so
She's
loud.
amazing.
So
Oh,
are you familiar with Crystal Davis?
yes.
Okay.
I love Crystal Davis.
Okay, so hold on. I gotta show you this one too.
She was my roommate.
Oh my god. Yes. This is a nice way to come out.
Thank you. I
Nice
like that.
way, perfect way. I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Even better. No covers at all. I love it. Oh my god. Oh. The booty.
The booty.
She's got that arch too. I love it. Woo. I'm sweaty. I'm really sweating. I have. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna have a heart attack, I think. No, it's really nice to see you, Bear.
Oh my god.
Crystal, she had me dying. I mean,
She's so she's like, whoo.
yeah, that's what was funny to me because so again, these are just clips from the bigger interviews.
That's so
But
amazing.
when she was talking about the fact that she was sweating, she's like, "I'm sweating, and I don't even sweat." I was like, "Oh my, okay, okay."
No, we were roommates at Night Moves, and I was the one having hot flashes, not her. And she's like, I don't understand. I was like, oh my god, I'm melting. I'm like, help me.
I love Crystal.
She's amazing.
And you know, again, as someone who's not in the business,
Mhm.
going to Exotica and representing for Exotica, I get to meet all these people, and it amazes me how many of these folks that I know that when we're looking for each other at the show, I always take time to chat, or they'll come and find me or whatever. And I don't, because I'm not in the business, I don't know
Mhm.
how big anyone is. Like, I don't know how big or how small anyone
Right.
is in the business, because like you're just my friend. Like Julie Ginger,
Totally.
she and I met in the back of my free camps. We were in the
Okay.
back, eating, grabbing stuff off the shelf. And this was years ago. I don't know where she was in the stages of her career then, but now it's like, I'm coming to the show. Where are you going to be? I want to come see you.
Yes,
Like, it's, and I love that part of community,
me
that we
too.
go looking for each other. Some
Absolutely. I
folks,
call it porn star boot as well, a porn star slumber camp or summer camp, excuse me.
yeah, it's, I mean,
Porn
and
star summer camp. Because you don't see each other all year, but then you get to see each other and you're there for the whole weekend and you get like
it's
all these
exciting.
time and experiences with each other and you get to eat together and hang out and drink and like it's like,
And you're
it's
not
like summer
working
camp.
per se, right? Like, you're not really
Yeah,
working. So you genuinely
correct.
get to have those moments of, hey, how are you? What's going on? I mean,
Totally.
and it's funny because with Julie, for example, even though most of our interaction is always at Exotica, like,
Hmm.
the minute I see her, I'm like, are you okay? You're not
Yeah.
looking so good. What's going on? And
Yeah.
because we've developed that relationship, she'll just go ahead and pour out whatever. And then when I see her the next time, I'm like, you look so much better now. She's like, oh my God,
Right.
yes. And so, and I
Totally.
do genuinely love that. Because I think so many of us, especially after COVID, so many of us felt isolated and
Hmm.
did not have genuine connection with people or with community. And
Yes.
so I like that, that you can feel
Totally.
that connection with folks. So,
I have friends solely from Exotica,
mhm,
like that I've met at Exotica, and then maybe I'll see on set. But I have like a whole group of friends that are just from like
right.
Christiana Sin. I don't see anywhere else. Like I
Hmm.
see Lily Bell sometimes on set, but I met her through the convention scene.
Right.
Like you have like. I have like a check, like a mental checklist where it's like, okay, I got to make sure I see this person, and
Right.
Crystal was always that person until Night Moves. And then Night Moves, her and I went from like Exotica buddies to like actual, like
Right.
actual friends now where we text like during the week now,
Right. And that's,
and so you kind of develop these deep friendships that because other people can relate, they can relate
yes.
to being on your feet all day. They can relate to all of that. Do you go to XBiz in Miami?
I don't, but Ella's trying to
You
talk
need
me
to.
into it.
So Ella goes, but and we were talking about it, but I love Xbox. Oh my god, I can't speak tonight. Excuse me, jeez. Um, I was supposed to have a hormone replacement today, and it didn't happen. So I'm
Okay.
all over the map.
I
Um,
understand I understand the necessity of HRT. Trust me.
it's crazy. So I feel like I have the brain right now of like a 90-year-old. So, um, but and see, now I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh, XBiz Miami. I love, it's like Exotica, but
Uh-huh.
it's just for creators, so you
Okay.
don't have that fan element,
Right.
which I'm grateful for my fans, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but
No, no. I
this
totally understand.
this particular event allows us as creators to connect and network without having to
That
wonder if we're fangirling or not. You know what I
right.
mean? Like I can walk up to you and be like, "Hi," like, and you're not wondering if I'm a fan or another creator. You know
Yes,
I'm a
yes,
creator.
yes.
So there's a
Okay.
way of building a rapport and building like a deeper connection with people. And I love it because it's South Beach, and who doesn't
Who
love South
doesn't love
Beach?
that? Yes. Okay. All right.
So,
So let me get to where, okay, here's my questions.
okay,
So in wrapping up this interview, and I'm so tickled we did get to meet and like have this moment, but
me
in
too.
wrapping up this interview, I'm I'm actually, we've talked about this. I'm older than you. So that MILF
Hmm.
thing, goddess energy, I live in that space. Absolutely
Hmm.
live in that space. And I love it when I meet other women who own not just the concept of the MILF, but
Hmm.
the concept of the value of the older, mature, seasoned woman.
Right.
Um so with that being said, what do you see your legacy as? How do you see yourself leaving, what kind of mark on the industry? And again, I know you literally just said you've only been here a hot second,
You
but
know,
but
it
at the
feels like an eternity, but it doesn't at the same time. So
right
it's like I call it porn. It like dog years and porn years are very similar.
similar. So, because again, in your bio, you talk about, what you want to pour back into the industry. So, what
Mhm.
does that look like for you?
So I want first and foremost, I want my biggest message to be that being sexy is not an age,
Hmm.
right? You can be sexy at any age, and
Any
it's an
body type.
attitude. It's an exactly. There's no defined body type. There's no color. There is no age. There is no anything. You can be sexy because sexy is a attitude.
Hmm.
It's a commitment to yourself to say, could I compare, and do I fall into this trap? Absolutely. To compare myself to a 20-year-old is absurd. I
Right.
am not 20. I will never be 20 again. When I was 20, I could compete with those 20-year-olds. But now I'll be 44 in February. I am not competing with 20-year-olds anymore. So I
Hmm.
need to realize that who I'm competing with now are the upper echelon of women my age.
Hmm.
So that takes a certain mentality in and of itself, and just owning who I am, what I can do to make myself feel better, but not be in direct competition with women that are younger than myself. And I want that to be a message that makeup doesn't make you sexy, collared hair or length of hair does not make you sexy. Um, it's an attitude, it's a confidence, it's something that comes viscerally from within.
Hmm.
And it can come at any given point. I would say definitely this last 2 years, I would say probably I've definitely felt my shift. I think I faked it till I made it, but I didn't truly feel confident in who I was until probably the last 2 years, until I could say, like, I don't need a man. I don't need, I could stand on my own 2 feet financially. And I have, like I always say, like, the hardest thing I've ever done is leave my children's father, right? Like, that's the hardest thing that I think as a female you could possibly do. And everything else after that is cake.
Hmm.
Like, so I can stand on my own financially. I can raise children on my own. And I can stand up for myself. And I think that has a huge power in it. And then on top of that, knowing what me as a body at this age, what I enjoy, what makes me tick, when I know I'm getting into a conversation that I had a conversation the other day and I said, I need to stop this conversation. I'm getting too heated and I don't
Hmm.
want to take this to a place where I'm not, I don't want to regret it.
Right.
So it's knowing in that mature headspace of when you can say, I need a timeout. I need to walk away from this. So as far as a legacy goes, I just want women to understand that you can be sexy at any point. Like, there are women that come into their sexy era in their 60s, and God
Hmm.
bless them. Like,
They got there.
own, get there. As long as you get there, just find it and find that confidence. Don't listen to the chatter. Don't listen to what other people are saying. I could have, comments on a post to say you look a certain age, but you have to really reflect and say, where are those comments coming from,
Right.
and are they well intended? And 90% of the time they're just hacks, and they're just people that are, I call them keyboard warriors. They
Hmm.
have all these hurtful and nasty things to say on a keyboard, but they're going to be the first one in line to get your autograph. So,
Absolutely.
you know um so not to leave that. And then my other thing I would love to leave behind is just to be a well-rounded and a sounding board for younger performers, men, women, but mostly women.
Right.
um the statistics in this industry are shocking on how many of us have gone through some kind of sexual trauma that has led us to this industry. Like, we all have that in common. I think the statistic is something crazy. Like, 80% of us have had some kind of sexual trauma that has led us into this industry. And the rest of it and then the others are other things, like they just like lifestyle or whatever.
Right.
But so for the other women in this that have unhealed traumas and unhealed wounds and things that they just don't know why they're feeling the way that they are. I want to figure something out. I want to like forge the path on helping them heal that part because I did in July. I did ayahuasca, and that healed parts of me and my traumas that I didn't even know I had until I was there.
Right, right.
Like I was working through shit at ayahuasca at the retreat that like I was like, holy crap, like I didn't realize that this is what was holding me
Still holding
back.
on to that.
And I think so many people worry that if they heal it, they're not going to want to go back to the sex industry. But it's been the opposite for me. It has actually driven me to the next level. It has
Okay.
given me, it's healed me. So now I'm not doing it because of my traumas.
Right,
I am now healed from my trauma. I'm in the industry and now I'm just dominating because now I have a clear head.
right.
I'm not doing it out of trauma base and I'm like just full steam ahead. So I
Love
want
that.
women to I want women to know that there is help out there, that there are actual people out there that have your best interest at heart and you know, no shame, no judgment,
Mhm.
and it's a complete open door policy.
Nice. I love that. I love that. And we need
Ex-
to be community for one another in that way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
My last question.
Okay.
My last question is
Darn.
where- Listen, girl, we got numbers now. We can do this.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We're gonna do wine and tea. I can feel this coming.
Oh, listen, you're getting invited to wine and tea. You're getting. Oh, wait,
Yes,
hold on.
please.
So this is Jason. Hi, Jason. Jason
Hi,
is
Jason.
a longtime fan. Jason.
Aw.
So I do another show technically after this at 9 o'clock for Exotica called BoobTube. We're going to talk about that another time.
Okay.
But Jason is one of the folks who watches Casey at night and will then flip over and watch BoobTube.
Aw.
So big shout out to Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Earlier, Kelly was on when we first came on. Kelly is also a long time Casey at Night fan.
Aw.
Kelly has been watching Casey at Night since Casey at Night started. And then
Oh,
Ella
that's so
popped
cool.
on. Ella said she was there. So okay. Here's the final question.
Okay.
When you win awards,
hmm
who texts you first? Your agent, your ex, a hater? Like who's the first person to reach out to either acknowledge you or to throw shade?
I don't get much. Knock on wood. I should probably knock on this. I know my ex is watching, so so shout out. What's up? But he doesn't throw shade that I know of anymore.
Okay.
But
I
the
like how
first
you said
message
anymore.
yeah, anymore. Yeah, it was rough there in the beginning.
I have an ex-husband. I understand.
Yeah, exactly. Um, when you don't think they can get any shadier, there comes the tree.
Casting shade.
Yeah. So, generally my husband is probably the first
First
person
one.
that I hear
Okay.
from. Cuz he's like sometimes he knows about stuff before I even know it's a thing. Like I was
Okay.
nominated for Cammys too, and he texted me. He's like, "Hey, you were nominated for these." I was like, I." He also watches a lot of the scene drops. He's like, "Oh, this scene just dropped." Like I kind of, it's probably I don't know if it's normal or not, but I shoot it and it's out of my mind.
Yeah.
Like you know, like
I
it's
trust you.
done. Like it's a project. I
moving
work
on.
it. I pour my soul into it, and then okay, I'm on to the next. So when it drops, when it comes out, all of that, I don't know. Like there's stuff that's dropped a year after I've shot it, and I've completely forgot that I've even done it. So it's
Wow.
like okay. So he's usually my first person. When I was nominated for XBiz and AVN this time, my publicist was my first text. He was the one that was like, "Hey," because he was at the awards those nights, so
Okay.
he or at the nomination parties.
Nomination. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and then I have such a great support system as far as girls go in this industry that you know the love and outpour of just calls and text messages was that the whole last week was just absolutely it's just heartwarming. I was like I can't believe like all these people are noticing it. So it was very,
Nice.
very, very sweet. Very sweet.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, Gigi, I want to again for like the millionth time thank you so much
Oh,
for
of
being on
course.
the show. Thank you to Ella for
Yes,
introducing
Ella.
us.
Shout out Ella.
Yes, because it's been so long since we last seen each other and chatted.
I
But
know.
and
Too
and
long.
we're definitely gonna have to have you for wine and tea because
Yes, please.
we it's anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That might get dangerous.
that's the point, girlfriend. That is the
That's
point.
the point.
It's a safe space to be dangerous.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh my goodness! But thank you for keeping it real.
Of
A lot
course.
of
Thank you.
fun.
Yes.
Uh,
I mean,
love
our
that.
cheesecake tasting was epic. So I
Oh
know
my
Ella wants to keep that as like a ritual moving forward. So
You
I think
you
I'm
you
all
know
about
that
it.
was a treat. Like Ella didn't buy the cheesecake; it was gifted.
Yeah, no, I know. And
Yeah,
it
we
like,
need to
but
we
it's
need to
now
keep her
becoming
getting
like,
gifts.
yeah. I got 84 pounds of cheese today from a gift from a friend, from a fan.
84
84
pounds.
pounds. I will send you a picture. It was in
Wow!
my
Please
driveway
send
when
me
I
that.
came home.
Ah, that's amazing.
Bless his heart. I gotta love my cheese, but that's a lot of cheese.
That's a lot of cheese. That's like government amount of cheese that you could share
It is.
in the neighborhood.
It is.
Okay.
Like everyone's
Okay.
getting cheese for the holidays. So,
In my head, I just went so Oprah on that, but
right, you
okay.
get cheese, you get cheese, you get cheese. Totally.
Oh my god. Okay, see this
Totally.
right here. This is why I know like you are just an amazing person.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely a ton of fun. And just like we didn't even dig deep into your history in fashion and music videos and acting. Like we didn't even go there. We'd have to just spend the rest of the night to like
Yeah,
cover everything that is Gigi, and that would probably only be scratching the surface, to be
scratching the
perfectly
surface. Yeah.
honest.
We'd have to do like a series, like a 10-part series to get it
Girl,
all in.
listen, I'm here for it. Okay, you
I'm
don't
here for it
understand.
too.
I am
You
so
can
here
chronicle
for
it.
it.
I'm here for it.
Excellent. Y'all heard that, right?
I
All
did.
of y'all
Yep.
watching. Gigi said she's here for a 10-part series. Say less. We gonna
I
make it
am.
happen.
Let's do
So
it.
thank you. Thank you, Gigi. You
Thank
don't know.
you.
You don't
No,
know.
you've been a blast. And it was an instant connection, instant friendship, and you're amazing.
I love
And I have to get my hands on one of these calendars. So
Oh,
I
listen,
will.
girl, are you coming to DC?
No, I'm not coming to
All right,
DC.
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. No
Okay,
worries.
perfect. Yes, I
I
definitely
know how to
need one.
find
I
you.
need one. This is my cam room, so I need to hang
Okay,
one up in here somewhere.
there you go.
So
We know how to find you. And I
perfect.
just want to say to all of you watching, thank you. You know how I feel about y'all watching the show, whether it's 2 of y'all or 200 of y'all or 2,000 of y'all, whether you watch it live or whether you come back later when you're not working, like Kelly was, when he's usually watching me when he's not working.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you. And if tonight like sparked your confidence and or your curiosity, and or your inner goddess, I definitely want you to go get you a 2026 Casey Carter calendar, as
Hell
Gigi
yeah,
mentioned.
it's
Gotta
a
get
good
her
start.
hands on it. Because you saw I ran the little videos earlier.
Mhm.
You got to get your calendar. I mean, because it's 12 months of empowerment, 12 months of curves.
We love our curves.
And it's artistic. It is absolutely artistic.
It's classy.
It is very classy, very very classy.
Because
And
you just ooze class, so nothing
thank
you do. You just ooze class
I
and
appreciate that. 'Cause trust
confidence.
me, wine and tea, that's a whole
Yeah.
nother space.
Well, that's a whole nother thing,
That's a
girl.
whole nother space.
That's when the lashes come off and the ponytail goes up.
Listen, and it's all good. It's all good. So again, I'm Casey Carter.
And
That's
I'm
Gigi
Gigi Dior.
This has been Casey at Night, and I appreciate you for joining. I appreciate you for joining later. Stay bold, stay seductive, and stay unapologetically you. And with that, I may or may not see you. No, I definitely won't see you next week because I'll be flying to DC for Exotica. But
Yeah,
I'm
no, I won't be
trying
there.
to line up some sexiness for when I come back. So I won't
Sweet.
tell you now. Won't tell you now who, but I did get a tentative scheduled guest for December.
Ooh.
Soon as I know, I've got him locked in. And you heard me
Ooh,
say
it's a
him. You
it's
heard
a
me say
him.
it's a him. It's a him. As soon as I've
Ooh.
got it locked in, I will let you all know. In the meantime,
Sweet.
yeah, so you all need to either follow me over to Exotica TV and BoobTube, or you just need to go on ahead and go to my YouTube and watch some more stuff, or go over to where Gigi is in terms of like everywhere and watch Gigi stuff. Whatever you need to do,
That's me
just
on the
keep
TV.
watching us. That's all I'm asking. Just keep watching us.
Just keep
And
watching us.
that's all. And I hope
Because
you guys.
without you guys, we're not us.
We-
So thank you for that.
No, right? I mean, because we could clearly sit here and ramble all day, but
We could.
part of the motivation is having you here with us.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we love
Totally.
we love it when you come. Anywho, all right, all have a wonderful
All right.
Thanksgiving. Don't eat
Yes,
too
you
much.
too.
Don't drink too much. Cause okay, real quick.
Don't drink and drive.
Definitely don't drink and drive. But my son, who's 24, says to me, "Yeah, Mom, Wednesday is Blackout Wednesday." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's the largest drinking day of the entire year. It beats New Year's, Super
And St.
Bowl,
Patrick's Day?
and St. Patrick's Day. It tops all of them. More because all the college kids come home and they meet back up. It is the largest. So my daughter's work closes tonight, and I have been like freaking out about her getting home all night. I'm like, take back roads, drive careful, text me when you're home.
Okay, I
Because
need to understand why.
yeah.
Why am I finding this out at 56?
I learned it in college because I remember like us meeting at like a local bar and all the kids came home and it was like everybody was out. I guess because Thanksgiving usually like one person cooks, so you don't really have to do much on
Do
Thanksgiving, so
anything.
you don't have to be lucid, so you can be hungover, so and just eat and lay around. So, but yeah, it's the biggest. It is gone down as like cops are out, cops know about it. Like it's the biggest drinking day of the entire year.
Well, I'm gonna have to mark it on my calendar as a thing to do next year. I wasn't ready, so
And just or stay off the road like I do. I just don't drive. I just after the sun goes down on Wednesday
you're just
before
not gonna. Well,
Thanksgiving, I'm just a
I'm gonna
hermit.
have to
I'm home.
figure out how to host a Blackout
Yes.
Wednesday.
Ooh. I could get behind that.
Yeah, just so that this way we can. Because see, I'm about to go down a rabbit hole, Gigi. Because
I know.
I gotta go. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Good night, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.